Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lori Williams, and today I want to talk to you about the top 5 reasons why you may be attracting narcissistic relationships into your life. So, number one, you want to fix them. What this actually is, what's actually going on here is the fact that when you want to fix somebody else, and I use fix in air quotes, because when you want to fix somebody else, it's typically we as human beings, we don't necessarily want to do a lot of hard work. We don't want to look at ourselves. We don't want to go within. We don't want to do all that stuff. So it's easier to look at somebody else and the problems that they may have and kind of, step up and say, hey, how can I help you? How can I fix you? How can I make you a better person? And a typical narcissist will act as though they want to change. Their words and their actions are very, very different. So they'll tell you they want to change, but then their actions will show you that they don't. So typically, when I have a client that is asking me about, a current narcissistic relationship that they have, I will ask them, I'm like, what parts of you are you trying to hide from? Because ultimately, in trying to fix other people, we are actually hiding parts of ourselves that we don't want to have to look at. And that's not an easy pill to swallow, so to speak. That's not an easy thing to be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm doing this as a way of ignoring me. But in order to change anything, we have to bring it to the light. So, I mean, recognizing that obviously is definitely the first step. The second thing that will, the second reason why you may be attracting narcissistic relationships into your life is because of unclear boundaries. Typically, people that have narcissism in their life is because they don't have either their boundaries are unclear, maybe they don't have them at all, or maybe they're not well defined. Meaning, if you are constantly noticing that there's like a revolving door between you and narcissists, you would definitely want to look at what your boundaries would look like, if you have them at all. If not, it's time you really get them. They really are for to help you. Um, but ultimately, yeah, there's a boundary issue for sure if narcissists are constantly coming into your life. The third reason, is, could be due to soul lessons. We are here to learn lessons to help our soul to evolve, and ultimately, what that looks like for each individual person and how those lessons are delivered, could be very different. So, I mean, in my lifetime, a lesson that I could have had is having narcissistic relationships to actually help me heal, because ultimately it was a through, in my case, that's true, through narcissistic relationships, it helped me to recognize the parts of me that I needed to heal. um, I mean, obviously there's more to it than that, but they are everybody that we come into contact with. They're there to teach us something. They're there to help us to grow and to expand in some way. So it definitely could be a soul lesson attached to this person coming into your life. Number four is you see it as normal behavior. Typically, if you are a child of a narcissist, you may see this as normal behavior. You may see the narcissistic traits as, just the way a woman is, or that's just the way a man is, because that's the way your mother or your father was. And just because obviously you have that kind of trauma, you have a narcissistic trauma stemming from childhood, doesn't mean that it should be accepted, as you grow older. That should not be accepted. So obviously, the trick to that part, is figuring out who in your life was narcissistic and healing around the relationship with that person. And then obviously, through that healing, you're not going to necessarily see that behavior as a normal behavior anymore, which will help you to grow and to stop, having these kinds of relationships in your life. It'll just get to a point where it's just completely unacceptable. It's just like the way they act, just is not, it's not going to fly with you anymore. And last but not least, could just be low vibe energy. It could be the way you don't think enough of yourself. It could be like a very negative impression of yourself. Something similar to, oh, I can't do any better than that person. That could be, it's almost kind of like a desperate energy is going to allow low vibe energies to come to you through people. So definitely take a look at yourself and say, okay, where can I heal myself? Where can I let go of these old belief systems, these old patterns, and help your own vibe to be able to rise up, so that you're not no longer, a frequency match for narcissistic relationships. So that's it, guys. That's the top 5 reasons of why you may be attracting narcissistic relationships into your life. Um, yeah, I mean, ultimately, it comes back to you. That's that's the whole point, though. It's supposed to come back to you. It's supposed to help you heal. It's supposed to help to help you to learn to nurture and grow yourself. And that's what this journey is all about. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you back here next time. Until then, take care. Bye for now.